CONGOs urged peaceful conduct ahead of Edo State governorship election. The arrest and intimidation of political opponents must be stopped to ensure a better electoral expression in the Edo governorship election. Actions that negatively impact the electoral process are inimical to the final outcome of the election.
Undermining the success or otherwise of our election. If the police force, who is indeed the custodian of our peace and security, are then perceived as having taken side with one of the parties in the election, the electorate naturally resort to self-help, such as operational conduct, becomes a tonic to the breakdown of law and order in society. The conference has always maintained that Edo State citizens are some of the most enlightened electorates in the country and should be allowed to freely and expressly exercise their right to vote for candidates of their choice without let or hindrance. We therefore call on the Inspector General of Police to immediately release some members of the State Security Corps arrested and detained by the police in Edo State, or if found culpable of any crime, they should be tried to court. After a careful review and assessment of all the events in Edo State, it is our considered view that the Nigerian police should make conscious and deliberate effort to ensure that the good people of Edo State are all carried along by the police in their activity and actions, especially as it concerns arresting individual, and indeed any other security agents should do so to help inspire and foster peace and security as we count down to September 21st, 2024. The task to ensure a free, fair, transparent, and credible election is the collective responsibility of all stakeholders in our society, and it is a responsibility that is predicated on shared values of democracy and the rule of law. The Nigerian police must be in the forefront for the actualization of our collective quest to a non-violence and trouble-free electoral process. At this time of our national distress, anything that could hit on the politics must be resisted by all stakeholders. The President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces must ensure that there is no interference in the upcoming Edo State election, as well as give a marching order to all those having the responsibility to show the path of peace and decorum. There must be no distraction, no sacred cow. Those who seek to create confusion and bad blood just to achieve their personal gain must desist from using the ordinary citizen for their selfish gain. Again, we appeal to all Edo citizens and residents, and indeed all Nigerians from across the political divide, to share their sword and follow the path of peace and decorum. Edo State citizens have the capacity and the requisite wisdom to choose a governor of their choice. The choice must be allowed to be expressed in an atmosphere of peace and orderliness. At the end of the day, elections are held in the overall interest of the people and for the common good of all Nigerians. Finally, we know that election in Nigeria largely witnessed the use of thugs pre and during election. This absolutely patronized by the politician is an infraction that violently distorts the expectation of the electoral process. With this preponderance of courtesy in our society, there are valuable raw materials for the politician to employ in fostering command and control during campaign and election day. All those involved from the failure of institutions which account for the prevalence of poverty. The menace of poverty makes the young men to compromise their personhood for immediate food on the table. We urge the relevant security agency to effectively engage the social space by providing the needed attention and certification for convincing security delivery. Gentlemen of the press, once again, thank you for finding time to attend this session. We will continue to relate with you and to monitor the electoral process continuously until the final day of voting activity. Thank you.
Members of Congo also gave their view about the Congress.
For the purpose of non-governmental organization, as both people of Edo State want and desire a free and fair election. A state where their vote counts.
The Nigerian police must make deliberate efforts to carry the people of Edo State along in their activities, especially concerning arrests. At this time of national distress, anything that could eat up the polity must be resisted by all stakeholders. Edo State citizens have the capacity and the wisdom to choose a governor of their choice. The press conference concluded with a commitment from CONGOs to ensure a smooth and credible election process. Stay tuned as CONGOs monitors and engage with the public to ensure a fair and peaceful Edo State governorship election. Thank you for joining us on Eyes of Africa TV. My name is Sarah Agbola.